Picture this, you're scrolling on TikTok and all of a sudden you find a woman who's crying, begging people for $5 so she can buy herself dinner. Someone gives her $5 and an hour later she's back on asking for, just $1 for smokes. This is not just like a one bad night. This is Lisa Richards' full playbook. She has said everything from "my father just passed" to "I or someone I love has terminal brain cancer." And then her family comes back around and they're like, "Hey, so that never happened." And every time TikTok shuts her down, like the whack-a-mole that these creators are, she pops back up. Most people don't know her history. I mean, you're just seeing someone who is desperate for help. But the drama is actually a lot heavier because Lisa is reportedly in her 40s and living with a substance use disorder. Viewers have watched her steady decline on camera, where she has sworn, "In the next 5 minutes or tomorrow or next week, I will be going to rehab." This is so much bigger than internet drama because it is what happens when sympathy and social media combine in the absolute worst way. Stick around because in this video we will see all of her different tactics and her family actually ends up pushing back. If you like deep dive stories of absolute internet chaos, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and let's get into it. Guys, I need to share something so insane with you. The first collection of silent toys is here. You heard that right. Completely silent. The brains over at Bellesa created what they call Whisper Tech, and each is shaped to hit all of the right places in silence. So of course I need to hook you all up. I'm doing a giveaway with Bellesa, so literally everyone wins a free item. Before we get into the details, let me show you the silence that is this collection. Okay. Exactly, you cannot hear anything. These are so luxurious and pretty to look at, but also pack a serious punch. Now you can put your me time first without waking up the whole house, which is perfect for me because now I don't have to wait until 3 a.m. because I don't feel like disturbing my roommates. But now they come in whatever format you prefer. You know that I love the Whisper Bullet. The silent bullet style vibe with 5 different speeds. Tiny, practical, audible, but the power is next level. There is the Whisper Rabbit, Whisper Vibe, Whisper Wand, all of which have 6 intensity settings. Whisper Vibe gives you ultra-targeted, quiet relaxation. The Whisper Rabbit has independently adjustable dual zones. The Whisper Wand delivers deep and soothing pulses if you just want to kick it up a notch. That is why I am hooking you all up. Everyone who signs up gets a free Whisper Vibe or free Rose toy with any Whisper purchase. Click the link in my description to grab your new favorite essential. And let's get back into the chaos.
I'm not good at math. I don't even know what's left. I need 50. I need 50. That's what I need.
This is one of your average Lisa streams. Let's go ahead and zoom in and see what might be driving all of this. When you are deep in substance use, your entire life can kind of feel like a fight or flight. If you're struggling with money, every dollar you can get that goes towards your of choice seems like survival. And obviously you can see that in the live stream because Lisa will go live for hours begging for just, 5 more bucks. And it does on the surface, it seems like, oh no, I'm able to get this lady a pack of cigarettes or dinner. I gave her $5. Actually, more people have donated $5 towards her, and that kind of adds up into the 50s and hundreds. And when she's not asking for cash, her vibe flips quick. 1 minute she's crying, she's like, please, I just need $1 more for this unimaginably important thing. And the next minute she's snapping at viewers kind of saying, you owe me. You left me a negative comment, emotional damage, you owe me $5. From the empath point of view, We can't really tell if this is the addiction talking or if this is just who she's decided to be on camera. I would go as far as to say this isn't her internet personality and this is just actually who she is.
Can answer back and can send anything for me to eat. Now I'm out here in the fucking rain. That's so great. That's so great. That's so fucking great, dude. I'm about to lose my real quick. 8:30 at night. Trying to eat all fucking day, my third live. I have Chime, L Richard with the 5 at the end. PayPal too, because you know what? Hold on a minute. You guys know it, the Lisa Boo with the 5 9s. You guys know what it is. The Chime is important because nobody ever sends to the Chime. When they do, hold on a minute. Like, do I gotta start calling out names or what the f***'s the deal here?
So she's straight up telling people watching, hey, your tips are not big enough. If you don't tip me bigger, I'm going to dox your name. No, that really encourages me to donate, Lisa. Like when I was setting up my PayPal or my Cash App, I didn't think I might be donating to random internet strangers, so I put my first and last name on there. Imagine donating $5, you're trying to help out, and Lisa's like, no, that's not enough. I'm gonna dox you unless you give me more. I don't know why you log on to TikTok. You know, but for me personally, it's not to get threatened with a Cash App link. And what makes it even more sad is you don't necessarily have to be begging for money on TikTok to acquire food. Unless she's already gone through all the avenues, went to food banks, sorry no, churches, sorry no, different food kitchens, community centers. You can even get like emergency grocery cards. All of those avenues must have been unavailable because she's on TikTok asking you for money. So there's cracks in the system, right? So she is turning to live streaming as her ticket for food, and then viewers end up getting roasted for it.
I sent requests on Chime earlier and said, please, I want to eat something. It was like dinner time. And people just fuck around, dude. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Name, hey, Sonia, can you help me? Hey, that's a fake made up name, but you know what I mean. Help me, help me. I want to fucking eat something. I don't care where I'm at. I don't care if I'm fucking on the moon. I'm hungry and homeless. I want to fucking eat something. Okay, that's it. I'm tired of this, dude, all of it. All of it. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of the fucking videos. I'm tired of being stalked. I'm tired of all of it. Grow the fuck up, dude. Who cares? Stop lying and saying I'm not homeless. If I'm not homeless, then give me a fucking home and I won't be homeless, okay? I'm tired of it. I'm gonna go look on the Chime. If these motherfuckers didn't fucking help, dude, again, I swear to God, dude.
Some of her streams seem less like a cry for help and more like this impromptu improv chaos. And it makes you wonder, are people just piling on here like it's some kind of pay-per-view roast? Like we're just waiting for the next meltdown. And the wild part is, you probably don't know this insider secret, you probably do know this. The hate actually helps her in the algorithm. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, they love a good argument storm. That's a free boost me for her because you're telling the algorithm I am interesting enough for people to comment and engage. That's why influencers and myself always ask you at the end of the video, please comment below, because we know that the algorithm works like this. Does she know that? I'd have to guess she does. Does she care that people are arguing with her, saying rude things, telling her to get help? I don't know, because I mean, it's boosting her. And then when the arguing settles and we can see on the horizon, we can see peace, Lisa's like, no, I have a brand new emergency. She makes it sound like something awful will happen if you don't donate right now, which to a new viewer, it kind of sounds like, oh my gosh, like I should donate before it's too late. Or before you Google her and realize that a lot of things are a scam. But like we've seen these things on late night commercials. Order now because it's not gonna be 20% off forever.
Anybody please, 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 please help. Like I said, it's in the thing below. The next bus is at 6:42 is next bus. So I got about 20 minutes to get enough for me and Jace to get on the bus. We have to catch a bus. We have to catch 2 buses there and 2 buses back. So can anybody please, like I said, the Cash App does work. It's Lisa and JC, not Lisa loves JC. I'm sorry. It's Lisa and JC. How much? Miss Tina, the happy housewife, I need $10. If somebody would send me $10, I would send them 20 back tomorrow, but people are just being really mean. Yes, Miss Lily, I will get survivor's benefits, but I don't get the check until tomorrow. So, Yeah. Tony, if you're being serious, 20 would be wonderful, because then I could make sure I have enough for the bus there and back, and maybe even stop downtown at like McDonald's and get Jace some breakfast or something. But I don't know if you're just messing with me or not. But if you're not, that would be wonderful. And I would pay you back the 40 tomorrow.
Watching that clip, you can almost see the game plan unfold. There's a countdown. The next bus is in 20 minutes. And if you give me the money now, I promise I'll give you the money back tomorrow. Shout out to my dad. He's always told me, if you lend money to someone, just assume you're not gonna get it back, even if it's a loved one. He didn't say this, but like, especially if they're random and on the internet. And she does these extra tugs that really pull at your heartstrings. Jace just needs breakfast. I swear this girl did what is this, like a business class, an advertisement class, to learn how to grab at viewers' heartstrings right now. She'll even mix in like, you guys, the chat is so mean, like I'm literally just asking for $5 for cigarettes. Now, this might come off as a little insensitive, like I might be out of the loop. Aren't cigarettes kind of a luxury, not a necessity, like, you know, diapers or food? No, and absolutely spend your money however you see fit. However, if you're asking for money for cigarettes on live and asking like it's life or death. So that kind of puts a hole in her story, because if you did not know, nicotine is one of the most addictive substances out there. Quit nicotine twice. First vaping, second my love Zyn, my ex Zyn. But anyways, my point in telling you this is it's possible to quit, and sometimes the best time to quit might be when you actually don't have enough money for food. But people on Reddit and these scam sites, they think maybe, possibly, it's not for that kind of smokes, if you're catching my drift. So if she is dealing with these substance struggles, it actually makes sense that she's acting like this, because the brain kind of goes, I need relief first and consequences, like whatever, later. But understanding that, does this make her tactics less manipulative? Here's a moment where she flat out asks the chat to buy her some cigarettes.
If anybody can help so I can go get some smokes. I don't know what that means. I don't know. They're just making fun of me like they always do. Yes, Justin. I need $8 or $9 for a pack of smokes. That's it. That's all. That's all I'm asking for. Thank you for the $1. Thank you for the $1. Thank you. Thank you for the $1. I need 7 more. 7 more. Please. Please. I don't know what this is or why they're picking on me. I didn't do anything. If anybody can help with $8, $8.
Now listen, quitting Nick, if you know, you know. It actually physically feels like there are bugs crawling under your skin. So anyone who's ever quit Nick might understand this mindset of, I need it now, I gotta fix it now. Especially if you don't plan on quitting long term. I mean, just going through that pain for nothing is kind of like, that sucks. But at this point, even early on in her journey, people are like, okay girl, how much you smoke a day? Because ain't no way that you're smoking 50 packs a day. Why do you need all this money? And another red flag is whenever anyone questioned her story, she would block them on the spot. So if you comment and you're like, hey, I notice how you have enough for your biggie bag from Wendy's, and now you also have enough for your smokes, why are you still asking for money? You are what is between her and her money flow, so she's cutting you off.
$4 on the fucking PayPal. I didn't even get to $10? You. All of you. For real, dude. For real. You ain't watching anymore. Watch 30 minutes. You won't be watching any more 30 minutes. Bye. Bye. They're all going to the next fucking live. Think I'm playing, dude. Think I'm fucking playing. You think I'm playing until you get into that next fucking live. I ain't unblocking anybody. Nobody. Not a fucking single one. Not a one. Not a one. Not a one. Now, who else wants to motherfucking play? 5 motherfucking seconds. Lisa, Boo, 12. PayPal. Friends and family. All right, let's go. I'm gonna block all yins too. That's great. That's fucking great. So glad.
It's wild how her streams can go from just asking to almost threatening. I want to say like, hey love, maybe actually make content that people feel like they want to donate money towards instead of like threatening people to give you money. Although I suppose I can't say anything because people donate. I was gonna say she's kind of a genius at marketing, but I actually take it back because why would you donate again if she's like, first of all, you didn't donate fast enough. Second of all, $5, really? Which is basically guaranteeing that if you were willing to donate, you're not going to stick around for long because actually you might go on the Reddit page or one of these snark sites that exposes scammers and be like, you wanna spread the word now. And get this, you guys, if you do donate money, chances are you're still gonna get blocked. In one stream, she flat out said, if they send anything, give me their name so that I can block them. But why would she do that? Oh, blocking donors means they can't leave a comment saying, hey, why are you still asking for money? I just gave you $20. So she can keep asking as if nobody helped, and soon, $20 turns into hundreds of dollars. And actually, she's also an actress. It's actually funny because on one stream, she's just doing the absolute most crying on camera, and then she thought the stream ended and the tears are gone. Now, I get it, like you might act differently now that you have no audience. Although, like, think of yourself when you're in this moment of like desperation or you're just crying. I would just be like, oh, my life sucks even more now. Like, not even technology is on my side, instead of being like, oh shit, let me figure this out real quick. So it's hard to know whether this is crisis or pure theater, because when you are dealing with withdrawals from certain substances, this behavior might make sense.
The trolls are calling my phone, trying to mess up the live. Turn that down. Please. CA. I'm in controls, bro. What happened? Hold on, I got thrown out. Just give me a second, I'm gonna get right back on because it pulled me. It pulled me because. Hold on. Turn that volume. It's a.
Well, that was an emotional roller coaster. We've got crying to yelling at trolls to, hold on, let me figure out this stream situation. And what is this in the background that I am hearing? Because to me, it's sounding like a Cash App, many Cash App pings. It's like me on stream being like, you guys, I just need water. Please just give me a water bottle. And like actually just ignore the water fountain that's constantly on in the background. House-wise, things weren't much calmer. Lisa went 2 years without paying rent on her subsidized apartment and of course, was evicted. After she was kicked out, this is her golden ticket. She can now claim that she is homeless, even though she's living with her dad. What is the actual definition of homeless? Because it's like, girl, I mean, you are literally in a home. Is your name on the lease? I don't think that matters because, again, the former. And then there was some real life drama whenever a neighbor got involved. So she's at her dad's house begging for money on social media, just another Friday night, when a neighbor actually approaches her and the online drama becomes real life drama.
Oh, it went. Stacy Jones 145, please. Please don't listen to these people in the chat. They don't know what they're talking about. If you guys can look at me and think that I'm home, I'm not. I don't even have a home. I just got evicted. You guys understand that? Do you guys? 145. Stacy Jones.
Lisa,
Yeah.
stop the fucking shit. You're now on live. We all know where you're at.
Okay.
So for all your followers, she's at her dad's. She just wants her fucking crack money. Go ahead, come back, Nina. Stab you and go down to jail.
Get the fuck away from me, bitch. You don't even know what you're talking about. Not even allowed to fucking stay here, this dumb fucking stupid. Not even allowed to fucking stay here, this dumb fucking stupid pig. Get the fuck away from me, bitch.
Why don't you go knock on your dad's door?
Where is it?
Right there.
Dude, she's gonna get me kicked out. And I don't even live here. She's gonna get my daughter kicked out.
please, somebody please, somebody please, somebody please.
Hey, bitch! Where's this at? I'm allowed to sit outside. My parents outside anytime I want. And you don't have nothing to say, you don't. Dad, I'm sitting out here smoking. She comes up screaming.
No, you're on TikTok. Crap.
No, I'm not. No, Dad, you can take her outside.
I just got 2 phone calls, bitch.
I'm a bitch now. I'm a bitch now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I can't believe that I can't even fucking smoke a cigarette.
Ooh. Ooh, we are completely unbiased on this channel. I will not pick sides, but the neighbor's kind of real for that. Can you imagine your neighbor walking up to you and being like, hey, you know, can you keep it down a little bit or not do your shenanigans here? And you just start screaming at them and getting defensive. Hey, so I noticed that the live stream you're doing is kind of bullshit and can you please keep it down or do it somewhere else? Get the fuck away from me, you stupid pig. It's weird because on live streams, I feel the audience ends up seeing lots of things that we were not meant to see. Like, why didn't she end the stream? Like, was this just another opportunity for her to get more views, or did she not even think about ending the live? Statistically, there might be someone who's lived with substance use in the past watching this, and they're gonna be like, hey, so Michelle, are we comparing me to Lisa? That is a great point, person in the audience, because I want to be so quick to say, like, people living with substance use problems are not exactly like the villain. A lot of people living with substance use are regular people whose mind get caught in this wave of craving and relief. And with her behavior, can it be boiled down to what long-term substance use can do to your brain? When you're in this constant fight or flight, the slightest comment that is critical can sound like an absolute threat. Is it an excuse? Absolutely not. Is it an explanation? I honestly don't know. I mean, people on the internet don't seem to think so. They think that she's just a genuinely bad person. And this is so ironic because these viewers sending her money is fueling the very problem they're trying to solve. The neighbor ended up posting a TikTok later. I'm sorry, I'm just imagining I'm trying to enjoy myself on my front porch. Meanwhile, why am I laughing at this? You hear your next door neighbor just sobbing and crying and begging for money. Like, yeah, no, I would make sense to say, hey, can you please be quiet? The neighbor said that what finally pushed me over the edge to come out and say, hey, can you be quiet, was the enabling from the viewers. Not long after, Lisa's sister posted a video that really changed the conversation. In it, she showed certain clips of Lisa after using certain substances. And she wasn't looking too good. This evidence showed viewers, though, exactly what they were supporting. It's tough to watch because, in my opinion, this is a family member stepping in out of worry, not spite. But as I was watching this, I was just thinking about the desperation her sister must have felt to feel like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna post this.
This is what you guys are supporting. Do you see this? Do you see the way that she is absolutely passed out? When I walked up those steps, I honestly thought that she was no longer with us. I tried to wake her several times and all I got was a bunch of mumbling, and she couldn't even like wake up and actually acknowledge that I was there. So this right here is what you guys are supporting when you're sending her money or making excuses for her.
Okay, so this is a very disturbing and serious warning sign, and just when you thought it couldn't get any clearer, there's more. One viewer even ran a little experiment. They went ahead and sent Lisa a week's worth of groceries, and they kept each receipt. When they asked Lisa on live if she got the food, they were muted. That isn't just forgetting to say thanks. That is blocking the one person who can confirm that she has food and does not need this emergency money. And for a lot of viewers, that's the moment when it pretty much clicked. And it's actually pretty scary when you think about it. Strangers genuinely believe, my good deed for the day was I bought a stranger a meal or a pack of cigarettes, when in reality, they are supporting her use. The thing is, a lot of people who have family members or loved ones who live with substance use, they can kind of catch on to this cycle. But random people on the internet, they can't, they don't want to, they don't see it, which makes it so easy for the cycle to continue. That is exactly what people mean by the word enabling. Whether you mean to or not, you are helping to keep this problem alive. In real life, family members or loved ones can reach out to groups like Al-Anon, but people on the internet, they don't get this kind of reality check. So what is our conclusion here? Like, is every single person on the internet supposed to know that she isn't asking for money for food? And in case you think the internet is overreacting or just running on rumors, here is some words from the horse's mouth. In this video, she talks about living with an H addiction, which proves to us viewers that this isn't just like an online conspiracy. This is a real struggle playing out in real time.
So they took Abby from me. Abby was like 2 at the time, all right? And when they took her, I started sniffing H, and it made all that pain go away of them taking her, you know?
I know. I get it.
And I was pregnant with Nicole, so I had about a 2-month run on H. They put me right on methadone, and I've been on that ever since.
This is honestly heartbreaking on both sides. She's living with something that is hard to treat and is heavily stigmatized. Her sister Jess would know this firsthand because last summer, Jess tried really hard to get her beloved sister into rehab. She tried from every which angle you can go through, she tried everything, but Lisa just would not take the first step. If you've ever lived with someone who lives with addiction, you might know how exhausting it is. Beautiful Boy was a pretty good movie, I guess, in the terms of what it's like to be a family member of someone who's living with substance use. And Jess was no different. She was hearing every excuse in the book. Oh no, I'll go to rehab after this. I'll go in 5 minutes. I'll go next weekend, and then something comes up. The dates keep moving and the urgency fades, but the problem never does. You cannot force treatment on someone who doesn't want to or isn't ready. And Jess kind of just had to step back for her own sanity. You love them, but you can't make them choose recovery, and that's the hardest part. Sometimes stepping away, not enabling, is the best choice that you can make for your mental health. Next is a clip from Jess herself, who is still trying to get Lisa help, but is clearly like worn out by all these postponements.
I was off this app for over a week, and I came back on yesterday, and wow, did I learn a lot about myself and the things I was saying and doing and how I felt about a lot of things that I never said or did. I am sorry if you guys believe her, but I don't know how this stunt yet again looks bad on me. I didn't ask for anything. I didn't know she was on here asking for shit. Because again, I wasn't on here. But again, I'm the bad guy. Riddle me this. Why would I post an update when the last time I posted an update, you jumped down my throat and up my ass at the same time? You didn't believe a word I had to say and talk shit the whole time. Like, hello? The original plan for rehab has changed so many times. She was originally supposed to go Monday, that following Monday after we got out of the 302 hold. That moved to the following Wednesday, which was just Wednesday of this week. That changed to Friday, and then today, and then yesterday I found out that today wasn't a thing. If I was taking her today, I would have had to pick her up at like 3:30, 3:45 in the morning, and that wasn't a thing. That didn't happen. I don't know why she's saying she's going today 11, or how she's going, or the last I heard, she said she was going Monday, and she was going to be taking a Greyhound because I can't take her. But that's as much as I know. So I don't know what she's doing today, but I can tell you what I'm doing today, or what I'm not doing today. And I'm not driving her anywhere. Not taking her anything. And I'm certainly not going to apologize for something that I didn't do. So this commenter here who says that I need to apologize because Lisa never had any plans to go Friday. We did have plans to go today. What happened to those plans exactly? I don't know. And I don't think any of us will ever know. I don't know if it was just another one of her little Delulu situations, not sure. And that I'm sorry that she was using my name to send money. I don't know why anybody would believe that. I have been screaming on this app for years not to send her money. People have asked me if they could send me money directly, and I have said no. So why would you send money to her? If you were dumb enough to send her money for whatever reason, that's your own stupid fault. I have been saying over and over and over and over and over and over, do not send her money.
You can see how exhausted Jess is in this clip. She's been pulled through plan after plan that never happens. Not only that, but she's got strangers online picking her apart. If anyone is going to know best about what is happening in Lisa's life, I do believe it'll be the ones closest to her. I'm not ignoring you Reddit folk for having like accusations against the siblings, but we're keeping an eye on Lisa today because it's enough on its own. But even with Jess pleading, Lisa goes live, and this is the best one yet, says, "I need money for rehab." Promising she'd go, never showing up. I wonder where that money went. And the stories just kept on escalating. She once said, "I need money because my father passed away," only for relatives to come forward and say, that's not true. She later admitted to making it up because people wouldn't buy her food and cigarettes, and she just had to do what she had to do. Another time she said she had a family member who was murdered, only for people to find out that that family member never existed. I've had a loved one who very much is kind of the nicest person I've ever met in my life. They have also lived with substance use, and have done things that maybe a good person wouldn't have done. The brain just wants to protect the habit, so someone who's living with substance use might say kind of anything so that they can get their next week's fix. But not everyone. Everyone is different. And just to clarify for anyone, if you have lived with someone with substance use, or you have, it's not like, oh, what I did was it was the addiction speaking and it wasn't my fault. It's literally in the 12 steps to make amends, to say, I did this. I hurt people, and now I need to own it and maybe try to fix it. It kind of reminds me, I talk a lot about dissociative identity disorder on my channel, in which a person has 2 or more distinct identity states. And there's something called system responsibility, where if one alter does something that maybe another alter would not have done, the whole system as a whole, the person as a whole, has to take responsibility. And it's the same thing with substance use. It's like, well, I wasn't quite in the right mind while I made these decisions, however, I still hurt people. I don't think Lisa has made her way on, just my opinion, has made her way on to the first step yet. Step 1 is that I admitted I had a problem and that my life has become unmanageable. And Lisa, I don't know that she realizes that, because her excuse is always like, oh, no, I'll quit next week, I promise. Her lies at this point are almost starting to seem more like reflexive and habitual. So let's talk about Lisa's relationship with her family, which unfortunately for Lisa and all of her family is kind of public. Her family started out like any other, but after years of chaos and TikTok drama, it kinda wore them down. They tried to pull her offline to warn people about what's really happening, until her sister Ronnie finally showed up in person on camera to talk about what was really happening.
I'm honest to God so sick of this, and I'm honest to God. You're online crying for what?
Because I'm trying to get a couple $.
Right.
I have no smokes, I have no nothing.
Okay, and you know what? I am so get a job. Honest to God, you're
I'm
not.
not doing this on live.
Well, you do everything else on live,
No,
baby
I
girl.
don't.
I'm live right now. You want to do everything on TikTok, sweetheart? Here we are.
Here we go with this one.
Here we are.
My phone's gonna die. I didn't put this.
Here we are, Lisa. You want to do everything on TikTok? Here we are.
Do anything on TikTok.
What you do is ruin all of our lives on TikTok while you get high. That's what you do. And I'm tired of it. It's now coming real life for me, and you don't care. All you care about is the next rock, and I'm done.
I don't have any smokes or anything. That's not what it was about.
How is that any of our problem? Go to rehab, Lisa.
I put you on live.
I'm done.
Okay.
I don't care.
It's sad to see a family bond stretched that far, but it also kind of gave viewers an unfiltered look into Lisa's reality. This is so hard to watch because you can see how Ronnie has a perfect mix of love and frustration. Yeah, families fight, not everyone's always gonna get along, but this to me reads a lot more like love than drama. She's basically saying, I would rather look mean on camera than let strangers fund your addiction. People who have loved someone who live with substance use kind of describe it like watching a slow motion car crash and not being able to do anything. It is devastating, and sometimes tough love is the only language that is left. So while you might think it looks harsh recording her sister mid-arguments, it comes from a place of trying to break the cycle and push Lisa into rehab, not just another round of donations. And Lisa's sister Jess basically put out the exact same video. She is purely worried and also exhausted from this never-ending loop.
For over a year, I have been on this app begging people not to send my sister money, and a lot of you have been great, and you've been very helpful, and it's been an interesting ride. But there are some people, as we know, that are just malicious and they're just doing whatever for views, and I don't even know at this point, and I'm just really not interested in being a part of it anymore. Now, I'm not specifically talking about people that stream her. I'm not talking about people that hold lives about her. It's overwhelming. It's a lot. And I think a lot of people can see that.
You can see how worn out Jess is. I mean, for over a year, she's been begging people not to send her sister money. You can see Lisa's addiction draining Lisa, obviously, but also now, online, publicly, her surrounding family. And the fallout does not stop with her family. Viewers had seen the inside of Lisa's house, which was in complete disarray, you know, rooms scattered with cat feces.
She just doesn't even care about all this cat shit.
We have to clean up.
She doesn't care about this at all?
I think she does, but she doesn't clean up.
There's like bugs everywhere.
That neglect spread not only to her family, who we're conveniently not talking about in this video, to her pets and her dog named Shadow. After repeated calls from worried viewers, animal welfare finally stepped in. They found him so malnourished that his nails were literally curling. It is heartbreaking, and it shows how far the chaos in her life has reached, right down to the animals that depend on her. People were in love with her dog Shadow. They felt awful for him. Obviously, he didn't choose to be a part of this. Lisa once went live saying, Shadow is unadoptable because he is too aggressive, which kind of makes you wonder, I wonder if all that stress and neglect had something to do with that.
From the beginning, he never was even on the table to be put down. I don't even know where that. Asking about Shadow, that he's going to a rescue, that he is unadoptable, and because he's aggressive, which he is aggressive. If he don't know you, he's a little chihuahua. He's scared. He's a little dog. You know what I mean? So they said that he can get aggressive, so he's unadoptable. And to tell you guys that there's other animals down there that need to be adopted. And here's this B's words, right? The other dogs may have not been owned by an internet sensation, but they're just as good nonetheless.
No, it really does sound to me like she is trying to downplay what really happened. Shadow wasn't put down, which fantastic, but calling him unadoptable kind of puts the blame on the dog instead of the neglect and abuse that he was living in. A scared little chihuahua acting defensive. It does not sound shocking especially if that animal never felt safe. So one of the only positive sides of this story so far, Shadow was adopted and now lives a happy life. But even after Shadow was taken away, Lisa continued to go live asking for money for her dog. And the new owner of Shadow went live and was like, hey, actually don't do that anymore because he's safe with me. Among the worst things that Lisa has ever claimed was that she or a loved one had cancer. There's no medical proof or documentation, just her word on live stream. It doesn't mean that her having cancer is impossible, but there's also nothing to confirm it. Let me know your thoughts on this. However, people are like, hold on a second, because isn't she 90% of the time asking for money for cigarettes and then claiming to have like lung cancer? Claiming that you have cancer when you don't is one thing. However, lying about another family member having it is a whole different terrain. She's lied so much. One time she even said, hey, one time I lied and pretended I was a doctor, so I was able to sneak into a medical facility and steal Xanax? The only time I have ever seen this was, I think like season 2 or 3 or whatever of Dead to Me. In real life, I honestly cannot imagine how that would go down. And these kind of stories go far beyond your typical, oh, well, I'll get help next week excuse. Question for the audience, does this blur the lines between driven desperation and just a complete fabrication cuzzies? I'm not here to diagnose her. However, the patterns are hard to ignore. Here's a clip of Lisa herself saying that she works in a treatment center, and you can hear these claims in her own words.
Miss Melanated K, I work at it's a treatment facility for addicts. I went to school to be a counselor. Because I have a lot of addiction in my family and I wanted to help. So pretty much I don't dispense the medication or anything like that, but I do once a month they have to see their counselor for an hour. And I have about 50 people on my caseload.
The thing is, Lisa's habits haven't changed. When TikTok bans one account, another one appears. Lately, she's shifting onto Discord. She's still living with her dad, and her live streams are becoming less and less coherent. Her family has tried multiple interventions, which have not made a dent. So I guess this is a lesson for all of us viewers. If you ever run into a live stream where someone is begging for money, maybe take a pause and just Google them really quick. Real help for viewers and for Lisa could involve warning people about behavior so that fewer people get pulled in. So just so you can get an outside perspective and not just Michelle's opinion on Lisa, here is a few of the most popular Reddit posts. L or Lisa, disgusting. L, you are the lowest of the low. I saw your messages saying that your father is abusing you and you need a hotel room. That man has done everything he can possibly do for you besides going to rehab for you, and you disrespect him like that. You are literally lying on your own dad and putting out false narratives saying that he is an abuser and that he is hitting you. You are absolutely disgusting and pathetic. I hope your dad, who stepped up to be your dad in the first place, finds out what you're saying about him and throws you onto the streets where you belong. You deserve whatever is coming to you. You are not an that makes you a terrible person. You are a terrible person that just happens to have an addiction, and no one can convince me otherwise. I can't wait for you to go to jail thinking about the things you have done, and I hope they leave you there to rot. You don't deserve your family, and some of us have no family to love and care for and would love to have a family like you do. But you don't care because it's all about Lisa and getting her next fix to continue your drug-induced stupor. If I was your family, you would be on the streets. I would count your blessings before they are gone for good. Have the night you deserve, and I hope you suffer with withdrawals for what you said about your father. Sorry everyone, but I'm sick of this witch and her lying about every single thing in her life. Okay, maybe that's just someone else's opinion. Let's take a look at the comments. People who say she's a good person really need to take a step back because she really isn't. This isn't about the rugs, it is about how she is. It's her heart. I was an active addict to almost everything for half my life. I was literally on the streets, not faking it like her. I've been lower than anyone could imagine, yet I've never acted like her. Rugs aren't a reason to act like how she has and what she's done. I hurt myself using mostly. I vowed not to hurt those around me like she did. She is not a good person. Another person takes another angle. Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. Say for instance, she did have the money for hoagies, or smokes, or food. Like, let's pretend for a second that she has never used rugs a day in her life. Okay, my question is, why is it our job to pay for her lifestyle, rugs or not? I was homeless for 3 years, legitimately homeless. I did not have a car to sleep in. I slept on the sidewalk with people stepping over me. I would wake up every 10 minutes shaking, freezing, checking my surroundings for danger. I find it offensive that she is pulling the homeless card. One more thing, I used H for 12 years, crack for 8 years. I also used benzos, and oh yeah, ready for this? I was on methadone for 3.5 years. It is more than possible to get off of methadone. That is why I have no sympathy. She just doesn't want it bad enough. Every time I hear her say she's in recovery, I almost want to vomit. That term is sacred to us in actual recovery. I have 375 days clean as of today. I just hit a year. It can be done. You have to f***ing fight for it. Fuck that stupid bitch. I wish nothing but the worst for her. Someone on the other side of the door. Hey Lisa, you want me to fix you a hot dog? How embarrassing she is. I don't know where she is and I don't care, but she's clearly eating. And she has contacts, so she says. If she can't get back home, how's she able to get contacts? The lies never effing end, and she's so bad at it. Someone replied, she's nothing but a pure disgrace to humanity. There are people around the world who haven't eaten in days. Shame on her. Yes, hot dogs are ready, clearly stated, hilarious. Like, girl, go get your glizzy. So that's our full story on Lisa Richard. Unfortunately, I don't quite have a conclusion for our story on Lisa Richard. It is a heartbreaking and messy reminder of how fast good intentions can turn into something harmful. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. I mean, have you ever donated to her? Have you ever come across a stream like this? What would you have done genuinely if this had popped up in your feed? If you made it to the end, congrats, you're part of the family against your will, so make sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. I don't know how people will feel about this video because I, from one point of view, understand or want to understand substance use, and then on the other hand, people online are saying like she is genuinely just a terrible person. Thank you for watching and caring and helping to turn awareness into something that actually makes a difference. Okay, peace out, love you guys, bye.